I'm sure draft news is really going to start heating up here soon because the draft combine begins tomorrow. But we do have some leftover remnants of Steeler news from last week we still need to discuss. So all that and more, Big Deke News. We all assumed quarterback Mason Rudolph was a lock to go elsewhere this offseason. But in the famous words of Lee Corso,
not so fast!
Mason said in a report last week that he actually wouldn't be opposed to returning to Pittsburgh, although his top priority is to seek options elsewhere. I understand the sentiment. Never did I really believe that Pittsburgh was an actual option, nor do I still think it is despite what Mason said, and it's for a few reasons. One, just knowing how his career played out here, but two, I believe Mason is saying this just to say this. This is your typical corporate talk, don't burn bridges 101. I think it's a wise way to go about it because you do truly never know. What if in 5 or 6 years the Steelers are looking for a backup, Mason still wants to be playing in this league and is looking for a job? You still want to keep that door ajar, you know? I just wish AB would have gotten this memo. But to confirm this even further, we had a follow-up report today from Mark Caboli saying that Mason's just done with Pittsburgh. But the third reason, though, is Mitch Trubisky is still here and doesn't look to be going anywhere. Art Rooney II said we want him back. Mitch was most recently spotted down in Florida with Kenny and the crew practicing. And I gotta assume if Mason is actually testing the open market and is looking for a job elsewhere, he's probably going to want at least a solidified backup role. The no doubt QB2. And if he comes back to Pittsburgh, we know exactly where he's going to be on the depth chart. QB3 with no future in sight. So it really doesn't make sense. Now for me personally, if we get rid of Mitch, I would love to have Mason Rudolph back. I think he would be the perfect backup for us. But again, it just goes to what's Mason looking for. If you're the backup here, that's all you're really going to ever be. Whereas if you go somewhere else, maybe the door could crack open somehow, some way, and you get a shot this year, you could wow your new team, and maybe they give you a prove-it deal the next year, or maybe some type of competition to be the starter. Here, that's just never going to happen. So if Mason was actually sincere in his comments that he's open to coming back to Pittsburgh, I'm all for it. I just feel like he needs a fresh start. Next update we have is on some Taylor Lewan news. Obviously, we've been discussing if the Steelers should be interested in signing Lewan. Lewan has been on record saying that, yeah, if I am a free agent, the Steelers could be a destination for me. Well, the Titans officially released him last week, and also on his podcast, Lewan reiterated his interest in coming to Pittsburgh. My response is, okay, that's cool, but we're still waiting on some type of TJ Watt approval or thumbs up, and we haven't got that yet, so 0% chance this should happen. But also, I think it was the following day or two, I see pop up on Twitter, Taylor Lewan retweeting and getting excited about himself and his co-host in some Raiders uniforms. Like, come on, bro, it's a bad look. So my answer is still the same on Lewan coming to Pittsburgh. It's no. In fact, it's only gotten worse. It's no times 2. And it remains that way until further notice. And also, real quick before I sign off, we do have Steelers' interest in Martavis Bryant's stock update. I didn't think it was possible for the interest needle to go lower than what it started at because it was pretty much at 0 already. But now after this past weekend, I'd say it's at a definite 0, if not in the negatives. All because Martavis posted this stat line. And it's not like he didn't have an opportunity to do anything about this and add a number or two to this box score, because he did, as you can see here. Now, granted, he's not getting a lot of help from his quarterback position, but he's not really helping himself out either. So we will keep an eye on Martavis Bryant through the rest of this XFL, and I will give you the interest needle stock report as we go. But that's it for this edition of Big Deke News. Hope you guys enjoyed on a Monday. Stay chillin'. Peace.